Alrighty then. Stream is live, like live. I need to actually check my tab to make sure, because I'm streaming a PC game right now, so like streaming PC games and being able to check on my PC stream is a whole different ball game. Normally I'm doing console stuff with my PlayStation or my Switch, but I need to make sure it's actually showing up on PC. Okay, everything appears good. Everything appears green. Everything appears kosher. Wonderful. All right. Are we losing frames? No, no frames dropped. All right, cursor should appear. Bam. Oh. Hey guys, did you know that Final Fantasy cards are available now? Did we not just see the screen where it said plus 50? So yeah, I purchased the pack that gives you a bunch of stuff and gives me free Vivi. Like, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on Vivi and it deals 1 damage. Oh, so many good combos. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, which is weird. I just did challenges yesterday, but now we have 3 new challenges. New season, I suppose. First off, we're always going to check the new thing because they're going to give us 3 new packs. Oh, and new lands. These are beautiful. And then the 4th. Quit. Chocobos are adorable. So I'm hoping to get some good stuff out of this. I spent way more money than I should have. I usually check through the deals just to see if there's any cool alt arts. Anything going on, anything crazy. Also, because I don't have, like, I have the audio for this game turned off just because I don't need audio when I duel. I've got Spotify Lo-Fi playing top of the screen if you're interested as to whatever song is playing. You get, oh no. I genuinely want to buy this. I also, thank you, I was gonna say. Like, look at it, you get a little chocobo, he's so cute. Oh, God, just reminds me of the friggin' chocobo game. Okay, Tarkir Dragonstorm Orbs. I guess I can't progress that battle pass. I should get one of these. Where was it? Which one was the one I was looking at? The U, Multi-Night Sale. We'll purchase that one. Because I can. I don't know how far we're going to get into the mastery of this. I might actually buy the mastery pass for the first time in, like, a year. Okay. I'm definitely buying a mastery pass. These look sick. I'm being spoiled on cards. I'm stupid. I'm being spoiled on cards, and I should definitely wait. Alright, so what do we got? These are Final Fantasy as well? Alright, well, 7's heaven. I was just gonna say that's 7. Duh. I don't know where that is. Okay, that's a swamp. That looks like a cave, but okay. That looks like Lord of the Rings. Why is that Final Fantasy? So, full disclosure on my Final Fantasy fandom. I have played 9 and on. I've played Final Fantasy Dissidia, so I know the protagonist and antagonist of most of them. Like, that's Noctis and the gang in the car. Okay. That looks like Final Fantasy X with the L-bed technology. That's just a ship graveyard. I don't know how that's Final Fantasy related. So I may not get every single reference. Like, I don't know where that is. I want it. I feel like I should know where that is. That looks like Final Fantasy Tactics. That looks like Delita. It might be. And then this looks like, oh, I was gonna say 16. Yeah, he's got the dog. Fucking turtle. I might buy these. Tempted. But they're stickers. And then there's a whole bunch of dialogue choices. It's just, oh, I want to buy all the things. So if I buy the Mastery Pass, I get... So, unpopular opinion, I don't like Cloud. I know. I'm a lunatic. Oh, it's 90,000 for the 90-pack bundle? Man, that's depressing. I kind of want a Cactar avatar, not gonna lie. I might buy some of these. No, these are alternate arts for card sleeves. Oh, but they look cool. Anyway. What everyone's here for. We have a bunch of packs. We're gonna open the golden packs after. Yep. All right. The first card is Suplex. We suplex at a ghost train, motherfucker. Yeah. I may not have played much of them, but I do know about suplexing a train. Oh god. Ooh. So 1 drop for 2, 4 drop for 4. That's a bad rate. 7 to deal 8. Okay. Ooh, you're from 8. When it enters, cast target instant sorcery card from a graveyard, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. If the spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Okay, but you have to drop her for 3 and then pay for the card in the graveyard. Ooh, with an alt art. Whenever an opponent casts a second spell, draw a card. Partner, you have 2 commanders. You have 2 commanders if both have partner? I'm sorry, what? Alright, so I avoided a lot of spoilers. I know about the giant cactar, and I know about the serialized traveling chocobo, which you can't even get the traveling. You can't get a serialized card in here. But, like, I could have him as a commander, and I could have 2 commanders? What? This changes things. Also, Arena does have a commander game mode called, I think, Clash. So, I will probably be making a 2-person commander deck. Anyway, return up to 2 target creature cards, graveyard to hand. Really? You have bounce in black? Bounce is normally a blue. Yeah. As long as you control 2 or more artifacts, this creature gets +2/+0. Makes it a 3/3 as long as you have a couple, which white's easy for that. Alright, we got Squall. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, double strike. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh. Give that motherfucker Menace? And then he has like Menace and double strike? Okay. And then just start playing crap from your graveyard. Alright, we got the double lands. Gungaga. I don't know what that is. The problem is we're pulling from like 8 different Final Fantasy games because there's 10, 10-2, 13, 13-2, 13-3. Then there's 11 and 14. I haven't touched 11 at all. I've played a lot of 14, which is why I know who that fucker is. Self-destruct. I'm surprised it's not a bomb. A creature you control deals X damage to itself, where X is its power. Any other target. Again, self-destruct with giant cactar. I am going to make my giant cactar with 10,000 attack explode. He's gonna self-destruct and do 1,000 damage to you. Oh, I want to make that. I'm making a red-green deck. Oh god, we are so making a red-green deck. I am going to blow someone up in the cactar by the end of this stream. Target creature gets +3/+1, gains haste until end of turn. Exile the top card of library. You may play it on your until your next end step. Okay, see, that's not bad. Haste is good. Whenever 1 or more artifacts, creatures and/or artifacts you control die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once. And he's got reach. Makes sense. Bartz and Boko. Isn't Bart's... Jesus. Isn't Bart's Final Fantasy 1? No. 3. 3? I think it's 3 or 4. I think 3 is the one with Cecil, the Dark Paladin, Light Paladin thing with Golbez. Again, I'm remembering from my experience with Dissidia. Ah, jeez. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Anyway, affinity for birds. One less for each bird you control. Alright, so if you have a couple chocobos on the field, then awesome. I wonder, if you have him as a commander with his affinity for birds, can the affinity for birds technically counter commander cost? You know what I mean? He gets wiped off the field, and now instead of 5, he's a 7 drop. But if I have 5 birds, is he then just a 2 drop? Does that compound into the commander cost? When Bart's and Boko enter, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. Oh shit. Oh, I want to make a Chocobo deck. That sounds fucking awesome. Oh god, we got 50 more packs. I'm so excited. Oh, we got the red flash. Guaranteed mythic. We'll get to that. Sabatender. Whenever a land you control enters, deal 1 damage to target opponent. Not bad. Fight on. We already have. Adventurous Inn. Cute. Colorless. Alright. Galoof's Final Act. That's X-Death. I don't know who the hell Galoof is. Again, I haven't played every Final Fantasy. Turn target creature gets +1 +0 when it dies. Put a number of 1/1 counters equal to its power on up to 1 target creature. Okay, so you sack your creature and put 1/1 counters equal to its power onto another creature when it dies. So yeah, you do that to something you know is going to die. Vane's Treachery. I don't know who Vane is. Kicker. Sacrifice an artifact creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 or -6/-6 if kicked. Alright. Call the Mountain Chocobo. Search your library for a mountain card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token. Whenever a land you control enters, this token gets +1 +0 until end of turn. Oh, nice. That'll help with the bird deck I want to make now. Love this song. Fucking Lavender Town lo-fi, hell yeah. Alright, Capital Cities. Time for the moment of truth. What is our mythic? Is it a Sephiroth? No. It's from 14. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. I mean... Okay. That's a reprint of another card. That ability sounds very familiar for a block. What do we got? We got the Gobu! Oh! It's just a 2-drop for some mana. It's 1/3, not bad. Ambrosia. When Ambrosia enters, you may return another permanent you control to your hand. Landfall. When a land enters control, gets +1 +0 until end of turn. That's not bad. And it has flesh. Job select. Ooh. Equipped creature gets +3 +2 and is a warrior in addition to its other types. You can change typings now. Ooh. Jesus, it costs 5 to drop though. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. Okay. Okay, so that's the same as for Meridon, whatever it's called. Also, she's cute as fuck. Blitzball! Target creatures +3 +3 and trample. Okay. Omega, Heartless Evolution. When Omega enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Stun counters. Oh, someone's ringing my doorbell. That's fun. I have to go figure out why. Oh. All righty tighty then. Sorry about that. I'm back. My Amazon package showed up. So now I have to go fix someone's series because, yeah, electrical. But now I have all the parts I need to actually do it. So that's fun. I'll do that later. When Omega enters for each opponent, tap up to one target permanent that opponent controls, put stun counters on each of those permanents, and you gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. Ooh. And it's in green, blue. Get a couple of, what is it, Evolving Wilds out there, you know? Throw down some lands. Throw down this big Mother Hubbard. And be like, oh, by the way, because it's a 7-drop, so you'll probably have 7 lands. So you're going to put 7 stun counters on one. Okay, so 1 target non-land permanent. So one thing is stunned for 7 turns. And you gain life. Oof. Gilgamesh. Oh yeah. When it enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. The rest on the bottom in a random order. When you put one equipment onto the battlefield, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. Ooh, I want to make a red-white equipment deck with that. That sounds fire. Also, if you hit the open 10x, it like opens all of them, and I want to open them one by one because yeah. Trino, Dark City. Monk's Fist. Make a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Grip creature gets +1/+0 and is a monk. But it only gets +1/+0. Huh. Stage. Equip creature gets +1/+0. This creature. Oh. This one makes a Sage. Makes another 1/1 colorless hero. Untap target attacking creature and is a cleric. See, again, I could see some of these, like the warrior and cleric ones, working really well with the D&D cards, because some of those had the abilities of triggering based off of the amount of people you had in terms of party mechanic, with the rogues, the clerics, the warrior, things like that. Whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature and is a cleric. Okay. Cool. Ignis! What's up, my man? When he enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature was exiled this way, create a food token. To be fair, that man was a hell of a chef. But you have to drop 3 to make a food token, so it's like 5 mana to gain 3 life. It's a bit expensive. But if you've got nothing else better to do on turn 7, then go for it, you know? Okay, we got a Pally. Equipped creature gets +2/+1, has Ward 1, and is a knight. Nice. The equip cost is expensive as fucking a lot of these. Instant Ramen. When this artifact enters, draw a card. Sacrifice this artifact, you gain 3 life. So yeah, it's a food token that lets you draw. Not bad. Create 2 tapped 2/2 black horror creature tokens. If this spell was cast from a graveyard instead, create X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I kind of... Ooh. That gives me tempting ideas. Oh man, Astrologer. Equipped creature is a wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell and whenever you draw your 3rd card, put a 1/1 counter on this. Okay, interesting choice. How much? And it's only a 2-drop? And the equip is only 2? See, that's really good. Oh wait, some of these actually say what Final Fantasy... I'm dumb. They say what Final Fantasy they're from. Final Fantasy 15 with Noctis. Final Fantasy 14. Final Fantasy 1. This one's going to be 15. I'm so... I love how I was specifically sitting there trying to figure out which Final Fantasy it's from. Hey, guys, it's from 9. Wanna know how I know that? I can read. I'm fucking dumb. I'm real fucking dumb. Whoops. Ooh, we got an alt art. Nice. Light of Judgment. That's Kefka. Light of Judgment. 6 damage to target creature. Sure, up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. Ooh. When this land enters, so the Adventure's Inn is from 3, alright. That is so cool looking. Destroy target artifact or enchantment its controller gains for life. Oh, it's only 1 drop though. Swallowed by Leviathan. Choose target spell. Surveil 2, then counter the chosen spell unless its controller pays 1 for each card in your graveyard. Okay. That's got some potential for late game if you're running blue-black. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gains +1/+1. Oh, but until end of turn. Ooh. But the rabbits are cute. Rook turret. Ah, that turret used to fucking be useful as a mechanist, and then they made it stock when they updated. Whenever another artifact you control enters, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. And we already have you. From father to son. Well, that's 15. Search your library for a vehicle card. Reveal it, put it in your hand. I've never liked the vehicle mechanic. That's just me. This spell was cast from graveyard. Put that card onto the battlefield instead. Not bad, but like, I've never been big on the vehicles. Sorry, I'm into the music. I enjoy lo-fi. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this card gets +2/+0 until end of turn and is a wizard. Whenever this creature enters, create a hero. Oh, cute. That's from 9? Why am I drawing a blank on that? Because the hero looks like he's from 14. The 9 is Zidane in them. Another one of you. Yes, we got a bomb! Fuck yeah, bombs are awesome. I always thought they were cute. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Sacrifice this creature, it deals damage equal to its power to start. Okay. Whenever this vehicle attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. Crew 2. Ooh. Search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for greatest power. So it's a Saga Wolf. It's a creature saga? They combined them now? Oh. So it's just a 3/2. But because it's a creature, it's easier for people to kill it. Yo, whoa, what the fuck? Okay, when she enters, return up to one of their target non-land permanent to its hand. Then return it to the battlefield transformed for 5. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Tap all lands your opponent control. Exile Shiva, then return it to the battlefield face up. Interesting. Interesting. So I could just make the creature unblockable this turn. I fucking heart probably. She's a 4/5. And then tap all lands your opponent controls, exile Shiva, then return to the battlefield. See, my problem with Cold Snap is that the phase 3 is only going to trigger on my turn. Because she'll transform, and either she'll hit phase 1 or next turn hits phase 1. Then on my next turn, phase 2. Then on my turn, phase 3, taps all lands your opponent controls, and then it turns to them. They untap. So that just stops them from casting instants, I guess. Or anything with flash. But, like, it's not as good as it sounds. Charleon. I was gonna say, that's 14 if I recall. Yasha Greens! Or Gyashol Greens? I can never understand if that was an I or an L. Clearly it's an L. If it was an I, it would have a goddamn dot. It's Geisel Greens. What the hell? Have I been saying it wrong for years? I'm willing to bet I have. Create a 2/2 green bird token whenever you land. Enters. Okay, so that just gets you more birds. Weapons vendor. When this creature enters, draw a card at the beginning of combat. If you control an equipment, you may pay 1. When you do, attach target equipment you control to target creature you control. See, again, having some of those cool equipments, but they have like a 4-drop mana cost. Hey, look at this. At the beginning of combat, I could pay 1 to equip it now. That makes sense. Tonberries! Fuck yeah. This creature enters tapped with a stun counter on it. During your turn, this creature has First Strike and Death Touch. Oh my. We got a fat chocobo. Create a 2/2 creature token. Whenever land. Yep. Alright, so that's the chocobo as usual. Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn for 4 turns. My question is obviously if we hit the 5th turn, I'm assuming nothing happens, or do we reset? A curl. I always called those curls. I might be wrong. I'll bet salvagers. Whenever this creature or another creature and artifacts you control dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain a life. Which it's in. Oh, damn it. I was like, oh man, we got a mythic. It's a wild card. Fuck me. Wimp. We got a shopkeep. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature gains menace. Okay. A Magitech infantry. This creature gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact. Search your library for a card named Magitech Entry, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So the question becomes, can my deck have an infinite number of Magitech Infantry? Primal Garuda. This creature deals 4 damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. Not bad. Another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and flying. Not bad. We have those. Diamond Weapon. Aren't those from 7? Yeah, they are. Full, again, didn't play through 7. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent card in your graveyard. Not bad. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to Diamond Weapon. Oh, so Diamond Weapon's just unkillable. The fuck? That's wild. Yo, we got Jet. Whenever Jet deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the combat, or return it to the battlefield transformed. Each opponent discards a card, you draw a card. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. 7/7 with menace, and he has to hit you once. And he has menace. Ooh. I can see that being a beefy fucking combo. Insomnia. Oh man, an Ahriman. They have Death Touch. That is disgustingly appropriate. Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Draw a card. Ooh, 3 though. Oh, I suppose if you can quickly get tokens out. Summon Esperama. Or is it Ramu? This creature deals damage equal to the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard to target creature and opponent controls. Wizards you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Not bad. Alright, we got Ifrit, or Ifrit, if you want to be weird. You may discard a card if you do draw, and then just additional mana. Flan! When this creature enters, tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it, and Island Cycling. I was going to say Island Cycling is for discard. It's a 6-drop. I don't know if it's worth it for 6 mana. If it were 5 mana for a 5/4 that stuns, that makes sense, but like that much mana late game, there's so many better things to play. Snow Villiers power is equal to the number of creatures you control. That makes sense for a white card. Ooh, we got Odin. Destroy target creature and opponent controls. This creature gets, whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. Oh. I want to make a blue-black deck with Shiva and Odin and just make him unblockable. That'd be so mean. He's a 6-drop, 5/3, but he has a way to win the game instantly. Draw 2 cards, each player loses 2 life. Still though, man, that's on Tetsukin. Holy shit. Just target player loses the game. Choco comment, X damage to any target. Create a 2/2 token. Yeah, the usual Chocobo bird. Okay. Yes! We got him, chat! Yeah! Sorry if that, like, clipped the mic. We got ourselves a Jumbo Cactar! It begins! Alright, I'm excited. Ilgigas. A 6-drop with... Well, he's got Trample and Haste. Okay, that's not too bad. Ilmeg. Next creature attacks, avail 1. That makes sense. World map. Ooh. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle, or search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it into your hand. Wait. Oh, it's 1 for a basic land, 3 for a non-basic. That makes sense. Dwarven Castle Guard. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 hero token. When this vehicle enters, create a 1/1 hero token. And it has crew 1. It's a 4/4. Okay. Yo, we got Odin again. Alright, I think they really want me to make an Odin deck. Call it a hunch. Ooh, we got more alt arts. Whenever this creature enters, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This token deals 1 damage to each opponent. The fact that it's a 0/1 is really good because now like it can't be used for any sort of defense. It is literally just kind of a turret. Alright. So we've got, I was gonna say this is 11, I think. When you draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. Oh no. Sid, Timeless Artificer. I just saw a video on him. Because you could have any number of Sids. And so someone was like, what if we have Sids? What if we have, because there are multiple alt arts of this Sid, because Sid is in every Final Fantasy game. Like every Final Fantasy game. Oh, Joshua. When Joshua enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. 5 drop to transform. 2 damage to each opponent, and then return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, and then return it to the battlefield face up. Oh, and wait. Oh, he has flying and lifelink and transformed. That's not bad. Red, white, interesting. Equip creatures +1/+0 whenever you cast a non-creature spell. 1 damage to each opponent and is a wizard in addition to other types. That's a cool looking token. I really wish I could select what tokens I use. That should be an option. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Destroy target. Okay. And then we have Lucas Stadium. Add a card to the list. Put a point counter on this artifact whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player. Oh wait, no. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from this artifact. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point on it. And if it has 10 or more counters... If it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all and that player loses the game. Wait, what? If it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all and that player... Does that mean I lose? Oh, well, it's technically an art... Yeah, but it's an artifact for 1. There's so many other artifacts that give mana that don't make you lose the game. I kind of want to throw that into a deck just to see how it works. Target creature gets... Oh. Yeah, it's a little bit of overkill. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +2/+2. I mean, a 4-drop 4/4 that turns into a 6/6 and it's green makes... That's a good drop. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Again, white makes sense. The hell are you from? 8, apparently. This creature can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Return this creature from graveyard to the battlefield tapped with a finality counter on it. Ooh, Zodiark. When Zodiark enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their choice rounded down. Whenever a player sacrifices another creature, put a 1/1 counter on Zodiark. Each player, so you have to sacrifice him as well. And he's 5 black mana. Okay. I'm surprised he's not a mythic. Alright, we got Gone. Yo, we got a little Moogle. Goop. When this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Not bad. Although, whoa. A 5-drop for a 2/3? Ooh. It's a bit expensive. Shuffle your library, mill 4 cards. Put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. At the beginning of their end step, return those creatures to your hand. Yo, that's actually pretty fire. Because they get... I mean, it's a 6-drop, so it's expensive. But any creature cards milled this way onto the battlefield, they gain haste, and at the beginning of the next end step, return them to your hand, which means you can still play them again. Which means any entering play effect that triggers twice, because it'll happen the first time, then it bounces back to your hand, and then you just play it for the second effect. Anyway, I have to step away. Bathroom calls. BRB. Alright, I'm back. We still got audio fluctuation? Yes, good. I need to make sure the bars are moving and that my mic actually works, because sometimes I'll mute it, and then when I come back and unmute it, it stops functioning. Anywho. So, shuffle your library. Alright, so we already read that card. We got Town Greeter. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards, put a land card from among them into the hand. If you put a town card in your hand this way, gain a life. Or gain 2 life. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card. 2 drop 1/1. Discard. That makes sense. Samurai's Katana. The creature has +2/+2 trample and haste. And is a samurai. Now, see, that's something. And see, again, it has an equip cost of 5, though. It's ridiculously expensive. Let's hope we get some more cool alt arts. We've already seen you. Oh god, the fucking fish people from 14. When this creature enters, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. Whenever this creature attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, surveil 2. Okay. Choco kick. Is he kicking? Oh god, what's the name of that stupid octopus? Orthos? I think so. Return a land you control to your hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls if the spell was kicked. The creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. Oh. Yo, what's playing right now? Oh, this is a cool beat. Huh. It's called Gravity. Oh, whoops. I forgot if I minimize that. Spotify can't pick it up anymore. Alright, we've got Iron Giant with Vigilance, Reach, Trample for 7, colorless. That's not bad. Thief's Knife, +1/+1. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and is a rogue. That makes sense. Well, she looks cool as hell. Vincent Valentine. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Vincent. Oh, equal to that creature's power. Oh, whenever Vincent attacks, you may transform it. When Galleon Beast dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. Oh, so he just can't die. And he's all black, so you can very easily run that with the, what is it, Restless Skeleton, I think? Which is like a 1/1 that you could regenerate for 2. So you could do something crazy, sack the 1/1, he gains a 1/1 counter, put it back on the field, sack it again, create, you know what I mean? If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens +1 green frog token are created. Sacrifice frog, put a 1/1 counter on Kina. Alright. Alright, pause. That art looks insane. Damn. At additional cost, cast this spells, discard a card, draw 2 cards, and a flashback. What the fuck are you from? You're from 11? This creature enters choose one. Destroy a target creature that was dealt damage this turn. Exile 2 cards from a graveyard. Okay. Affinity for towns. Okay, so if you're running a lot of towns, you can draw 4. Ooh. Yay! Another Jumbo Cactar. Honestly, the Jumbo Cactar is kind of like the meme of this entire set, and I want 7 of them. Even though I can only have 4. That's not important. Oh man, we got a Blitz Ball. Add 1 mana of any color. Sacrifice this artifact, draw 2 cards. Activate only if an opponent was dealt damage by a legendary creature this turn. Still though, it says 3 drop for an additional mana. That's not terrible. Destroy target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a 1/1 white human creature token. Again, it just looks beautiful. Cornered by black mages. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Create a wizard creature token. Deal 1 damage to target opponent. We've seen you. Oh man, we got Ultima. When Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all land types and abilities and is colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional. Oh. Add a colorless. Whenever you tap a land for colorless, add an additional colorless. Interesting. NES1. So you kind of help them, you kind of hurt them if you can eliminate an entire color. Alright, another alt art. We got an alt art called Bez. Lovely. White Mage. Equip just 1/1. Whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life. That makes sense. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Gold Bez deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then for 2, just each opponent mills a card. Again, he's all black, so you put Restless Skeletons in there, and now you've got like Vincent gaining 1/1 counters. He deals 1 damage. You know what I mean? Like, ooh. Sephiroth's Intervention, destroy target creature and gain 2 life. That's cool. When this creature enters, choose 1. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or draw a card. 7/7 that lets you draw. That's not bad. We got Gilgamesh again. Alright, we got the Red Flash, guaranteed mythic. Then again, it could be also a fucking mythic wild card. Slash Flight deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipments you control. Ooh, that'd be good in a red-white. We got Omega again. Nice! The Hero of Light. Hero of Light's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. Okay. Interesting. A 3-drop. Not bad. We got Grand Pulse Ochu. From 13? Okay. The land of turn, this creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. Oh, it's a 1/1 with Death Touch that can do stupid things. Okay, okay. What do we get? Another fucking wild card. We're gonna be using wild cards when we start building decks. I already have you. That's unfortunate. Pain! Yes, the best summon! My favorite because of how fucking metal he is. You draw a card, lose a life. Each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice and loses 3 life. Okay. Oh, it's a 6-drop for 4/4 though. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. 6-drop, 6/6 trample. Okay. Commune with beavers. Sure! Final Fantasy II, whatever. These are the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom. Okay. That's not bad, and it's a 1-drop. The fuck? Why we got a UFO in Final Fantasy VIII? Sure. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh. Until end of turn, this creature's base power becomes equal to the number of towns you control. Interesting. We got checked again. Yo, I got a lot of black cards. I think I'm gonna put Jex, Vincent, and Golbez together into a deck and just smack something really hard. Choose 1. Attack creates 2/2 white creature token. Target creature gets +0/+4. Destroy target creature with base power 4 or greater, or gain 4 life. That's honestly really cool because of the adaptability there. Freya, the best character from 9. During your turn, Freya has flying. Spend this mana only to cast equipment spells or activate an equipment ability. Alright. Another black card. Jesus Christ. That's right, we got Cecil. With fucking... Or not Cecil, we got, what's his name? With Zanketsuken. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then, if your life total is less than or equal to half your starting total, untap Cecil and transform it. Whenever it attacks other attacking creatures, gain indestructible until end of turn. Okay, that's interesting. And he's another black card. We might make a mono black fucking Final Fantasy deck here shortly. Rabanastra! Combat tutorial target. Player draws 2 cards. Put a woman counter on up to 1 target creature you control. For 3, that's not bad. Oh man, Xenos. Again, another black card. Jesus Christ. I'm detecting a fucking pattern. When Xenos enters, create Choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos and the chosen creature get -2/-2. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform Xenos. As this creature transforms, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. That'd be good in Commander if you're doing 4-man, because you could just be like, if he loses, I win automatically. And that just ends the duel. I don't understand why you're doing this in Arena where I don't think you could do 4-man Clash. Dreams of Laguna. Spell 1, draw. Oh, Rydia, Summoner a Mist. What do you do? When a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Return target saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. It gains haste until end of turn. What is finality? Would go to a graveyard, exile instead. That makes sense. Poison the waters. Kefka again. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. And great for tokens. Target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card and discard it. Ooh, Cerberus. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose the new targets for the copy. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it twice. Ooh. Not bad. Versus Wanderings? Search your library for basic land or town, put it onto the battlefield tapped, shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control. Okay. This creature enters, mill 3 cards, and you gain 3 life. Okay. Aerith Rescue Mission. Well, I got bad news for you. Spoiler alert. That mission ends in her being stabbed. Create 3 1/1 colorless hero tokens, tap up to 3 target creatures, put a stun counter on one of them. Oh, interesting. Ether. Exile this artifact. Add a blue. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. That's not bad. Drop it for 4. Next turn. Tap it. Exile it. Get a blue and copy another spell. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Ooh. Matoya. Holy shit. I was gonna say, you're 14, right? You're the chick that taught Y'shtola. If I recall. Might be wrong. Ooh. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters? What? Like, what? Okay, side quest, catch a fish. To be fair, Final Fantasy 15's fishing was actually, like, fire. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you put a card in your hand this way, create a food token. And transform it. Sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Each creature? Okay, see, now that right there, combined with something that creates a lot of food tokens, that could be pretty good. Retrieve the Esper. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior artifact creature token. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, put 2 1/1 counters on that token. Interesting. So it's a 4 and then a 6. Or a 3/3 and then a 5/5. Not terrible. The Crystal's Chosen. Crystal Chronicles. Or 3. Fuck you. Create 4 1/1 colorless hero creature tokens. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Oh, you create... Oh, it's a 7-drop. I was going to say, that's expensive. Ultima. Destroy all artifacts and creatures. End the turn. See, the problem I have with that is you destroy all artifacts and creatures on everyone. Fine. But then you end your turn. Because it's a sorcery. You can't play it during their turn. You end your turn. But you end your turn without having played anything. You don't get a main phase 2 or a combat. Like, if you play this during main phase 2, you can't play anything to defend yourself. So if they put down something with haste, they just hit you in the face. Exile all spells and abilities from the stack, including this card. The player whose turn it is discards down to their maximum hand size. Damage wears off in this turn, and until end of turn effects end. Damn. Gaius von Balsa. But, like, still, It's a sorcery, so you can only play it during your turn. I don't know. I don't know. We're not even... We are officially halfway through my cards. Alright, we got Garuda again. We've seen all these cards before. Xenarchand, Ancient Metropolis. 6-drop. Create a 1/1 hero token. Put a 1/1 counter on it for each land you control. See, I wish you could play the fucking abilities on it after it's been played as an additional cost. Like, drop it for its cost and then use Lasting Faith on a later turn. But you can only use it once. Or whatever. Land enters tapped, gain a green. I suppose if you get that late game, you can use the ability, then play the land. Oh, we got another mythic. Watch it be another fucking wild card. Hey, we got Tidus. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Tidus. Whenever Tidus attacks, tap target creature an opponent controls. Okay. Crossroads Village. The land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. That's really good. Ancient Adamantoise. Wait. 20 fucking toughness? Oh my god. It's an 8-drop, but it's green. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. Ah, that sounds wild. Scorpion Sentinel. As long as you control 7 or more lands, this creature gets +3/+0. Okay. 7 or more, though. It's going to take a while. If you're running mono blue, anyway. What do you do? Surveil 1. Destroy target non-land permanent. It's 6, though. That's expensive. Spell can't be countered. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. And draw a card. Not bad. Blam Garden. Seed Academy. This is from 8. I was going to say, isn't it the academy that fucking Squall goes to? Enters tapped, blue or green. Transform this land. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each town you control. Whenever it attacks, draw a card. Oh wow, crew 1 for a 5/4. That's not bad. See, that makes sense to me. It's always weird, though, how the vehicle would be like a 2/2 with crew 4, and you're like, fucking why? Struck in... Oh, stuck. Jesus, there's no R there. Yay, dyslexia. Stuck in Summoner's Sanctum. Jesus. Enchant artifact or creature. When in disenchantment, enters tap, enchanted permanent, doesn't untap during its... Okay, so yeah, the usual. Blue is usually... Oh, hey, Gaius. When Gaius enters, choose 1. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Sacrifices a non-creature of their choice. Sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. But it's each player, so you do get hit with it too. We got Sephiroth! Let's go! Yo, this black deck is all but confirmed. I have so many cool black cards. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability is resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth. As this creature transforms into Sephiroth, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain a life. Whenever Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards. Yo, Sephiroth is a little insane. You have to lose, what, 4 cards, though? Whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. If this is the 4th time... So you need to have a way to sacrifice 4 creatures in 1 turn. Damn. I mean, granted, if you run mono black, a lot of things in black will stack. So you're fine there. Right. 2-drop. Return target creature to its hand. Return target creature puts it at the top or bottom of the library. Target creature's owner shuffles into their library. Yeah, but that's still a 7. You have to, no, that's 8. Yeah, 8. Ooh. Ooh. You'd have to drop 8 mana to say that goes back into your deck. Otherwise, you bounce it to their hand for 2. Which, I mean, isn't bad if they have a lot of 1/1 counters on something or they have a token, because tokens can't return to your hand, so bouncing a token deletes it. Target creature and opponent puts their choice on the top or bottom of the library. I mean, it's only 4-drop. Rydia's Return. Creatures you control get +3/+3. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Not bad. Alright, we got Ultima again. We could just end my own turn. Syncopate? 10? Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that. Seymour. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. The spell is countered this way. Exile it instead of putting it into the graveyard. Ooh, we got Ultimechia as well. Whenever Ultimechia enters or attacks, they're veiled too. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay fucking a lot. That's 8. Exile 8 cards from graveyard if you do transform. When this creature transforms, take an extra turn. Oh. The Wandering Minstrel. I hate this man. Lands you control, enter untapped. Oh, that's pretty cool. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that is all colors. Fucking pay 8 mana. Other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of towns you control. But other creatures you control, that's all. That's not bad. Okay. Nothing new here, which, you know, makes sense. I have bought many packs. We got another Jumbo Cactar Pog. I want at least 4. If I can get 4, I'll be happy. Hey, more Crossroads Village, too. Crossroads Village is really fucking good. For any mana, too. When a creature dies, create a treasure token. Exile oh, that's going into the all-black deck instantly. Exile target card from a graveyard. Interesting. We got Ultima again. Fate of the Suncrist. This spell costs 2 lists to cast. If it targets a tapped creature, destroy target non-land permanent. Oof. So then it's only a 3-drop. Not bad. Capital City. Hey! Nibelheim of Flame. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4. Okay. That's interesting. To each creature, too. So you can, like, if you drop that on, like, an 8/8, you wipe your opponent's side of the field. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. 4 turns. More birds. Curaga. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. Target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible. Gain 3 life. It's only a 2-drop. Permanents you control gain hexproof, indestructible, gain 6 life, and that's 5. That's not bad. Moogle's Valor. Look at those adorable little bastards. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Moogle creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. I mean, it's a 5-drop, but it's for each creature. So if you're trying to run tokens, I mean, it is white. So you can get a lot of tokens on the field that way. All those we have. Ring of the Lucy. Isn't that Noctis's line? Yep, okay. Okay, 2 colorless. Tap target non-land permanent. That's not bad. Still though, 2 colorless. Primal Odin. Thrum of the Vestige. Deals 3 damage to any target. Oh, it's an alt art too. Nice. Genova. Ooh. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of 1/1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to 1 other target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. Do I make a green-black deck so I can put Genova and Sephiroth on the field at the same time? Just to fuck with somebody? Yeah, we got Diamond Weapon again. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Oh, shit. Okay, Zell. +1/+0 for each land you control. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to its hand. At the beginning... Oh. I mean, okay. Actually, though, returning a land and being able to play 2 means landfall like a motherfucker. Oh, we got a Cactar. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield, return it to your hand. Wait, what? So it enters play for 2 turns and then bounces automatically? Okay. I mean, I guess if you're running green-white, anytime a creature enters play, gain a life, you force it back to your hand and keep bouncing it infinitely. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. You may attach an equipment you control to that creature. If you do, unattach it at the beginning of your next end step. Well, yeah, because they get their card back. That's pretty cool. Ishgard the Holy Sea. Return up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantment cards from graveyard to hand. Enters tapped. Okay, not bad. Alright, we got Blitzball, we got Cactar, we got... Ooh. That's beautiful. Counter target spell. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Tap all creatures your opponent controls or draw a card. It's a 4-drop too. It's not ridiculously expensive. Cerberus looks pretty sick too. Ooh. Vanille, Cheerful Lassie. What the fuck? When it enters, mill 2 cards, then return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you both own and control Vanille and a creature named Fang, you may pay fucking 5. If you do, exile them and meld them into Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. The fuck? Meld? What the fuck? When Ragnarok dies, destroy target permanent and return target non-legendary permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 7/6 with Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, and Haste. Yo! I don't have Fang, though. I have not encountered Fang. I wish I fucking have. When this creature enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles the top 3 cards of their library. That, I mean, it's a 6 drop. That does a lot of things. Saz! The guy. When Saz enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Whenever Saz attacks, put a 1 counter on target creature, then double the number of 1/1 counters on that creature. Yo, Saz! I like you. You're going into my green-white counter deck. Mostly because of that second ability. Holy shit. Alright, we got another mythic. Sean Toto! What's up? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Sean Toto gets +X/+0, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. Whenever it's +X/+0, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Okay. I mean, you know, blue-red, you hex tech the shit out of something. Blue spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If an opponent would mill 1 or more cards, they mill that many cards +4 instead. Oh no. Each opponent mills cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. 6. That's ridiculous. Oh, we got the alt art mythic rare Terra. Let's go. Legendary creature. I can't even read that card. Jesus Christ. When Terra enters, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Tap an untapped artifact you control to add a blue. Shuffle your library. Exile the... Pay 5. Shuffle your library. Exile the top card. Till the end, you may pay that card without paying its mana cost. Oh. So, drop her for 4, and then for 5 mana, I can play whatever's at the top of my library just for fucking free. That's pretty cool. Side quest. Play Blitzball. I'm about it. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. At the end of combat, if a player was dealt 6 or more combat damage, transform this enchantment, then attach it. Equip creature gains +2/+0 and has double strike. But you gotta do 6 damage with that. That's asking for a lot. Create a token as a copy of target artifact, creature, or land. You can copy lands? I mean, I guess if you've got towns and shit, okay. For 4 though, you can copy, so like that's not bad. See, I would run that in a black deck and just start copying like Sephiroth or something stupid. Sahagin. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on this creature and can't be blocked this turn. I would put that with Shan Toto in a heartbeat, because they both get buffed. Coral Sword. When this equipment enters, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains first strike until end of turn. Really? First strike for 1 turn? Ew. Although, I guess it does have an equip cost of 1. Alright, well, we can set Nibelheim on fire again. I kind of want to go red-black and use Nibelheim Aflame to like, that... Wait a minute. Nibelheim Aflame, Giant Cactar. Deal 1,000 damage to all cards on your opponent's side of the field. Ha! Your board is wiped. When Sin... Oh, Jesus, Sin. Oh my god, you look horrifying. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. Then create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. If that exiled card was a land, repeat the process. Oh. I kind of want to create a fucking... Do I make a commander deck out of Thin of all things? Green, fucking black, blue. Exile a permanent card from graveyard at random and create a top. So, I mean, at that point, you just get a bunch of really powerful cards and anything that lets you mill or discard or, you know what I mean? And then just try to get your commander out and be like, yeah, no, whenever he attacks, I'm just going to copy something in my graveyard to do something. Ooh. Choose one. If you control a command... Wait. Ah, that's the simplified version. It is easier to read, I'll give it that. Choose one. If you control a commander, as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike. Creatures you control gain lifelink, indestructible, and protection from each color. Yo. A permanent with protection from each color can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything with a color. Jesus. It's a 4-drop, and you gotta have a commander, though. So if you're not playing Flash, that is useless to you. Ooh. Wait. Okay, bonus sheet. I was gonna say, I have this card. Circle of Power. You draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life. Create a black wizard token, non-creatures, spells. Token deals 1 damage. Wizards you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Why is it until end of turn? Balthier and Fran. Adorable. Vehicles you control get +1/+1, have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier attacks, if it's the first combat phase, you may pay 3. If you do, after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Oh, shit. Nice. Pop them. Okay, so green-red crew deck. Got it. Valkyrie, aerial unit. Affinity for artifact. 1 less to cast for each artifact controlled. When this creature enters, surveil 2. And it has flying, not bad. Whenever this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this artifact leaves. And it's a mana. Wow, and it's a mana. And another wild card. Another one of this card. Jesus. Hey, what's up, Barrett? Whenever Barrett attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. That's not bad. Again, red-white equipment. Let's go. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. That's usual. Remove a lore counter from a saga you control. See, that's a really good ability. Put a lore counter on a target saga you control. Ooh. Who the fuck is you? Hadelin? Whenever you cast a non-legendary spell, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. 7 mana. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on another creature you control. On another target creature you control until your next turn. It gets indestructible. If the creature is legendary, draw a card. Okay. Interesting. Bard's Bow. +2/+2 and reach. And is a bard. Again, it has an equip cost of 6, though. Like, that's ridiculously expensive. That's why, like, a lot of these equipments are scaring me. Put your commander into your hand from the command zone? No fucking way. Oh, what's that? You've removed my commander like 6 times, and now it has a +12 to its mana cost? No, I'm going to put it in my hand and then play it for the original 4. That's pretty wild. Another capital city. Gilgamesh. I think we're going to run a Gilgamesh equipment deck. What do you guys think? Alright, we're good on all these. The Mazamune. As long as equipped creature is attacking, it has first strike and must be blocked if able. Equipped creature has, if a creature dying causes a triggered ability of this creature for an emblem you own to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. That works perfectly with Sephiroth because Sephiroth has the whole if a creature dies under your opponent's control, gain a life and they lose a life. And then that triggers now twice. Alright, that is every Final Fantasy pack we have. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. You know, I didn't get a single Zidane. I didn't get a single... well, no, I did get Tidus. Like, goddamn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Surveil 1. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield transformed. When Chaos dies, put it at the bottom of your library. Oh my. Still though, that cost is ridiculous. Fucking 7? And Ultima, again. How do these golden packs work? Oh. Oh, these aren't... that's Bloomburrow's icon. Lives Hideaway. You may play the exiled card. Hideaway. When this permanent enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards. Exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom. If you control 4 or more legendary creatures. Okay. Season of Loss. Choose up to 5 Paula worth of modes. You may choose each of the same mode more than once. Each opponent loses X life or X is the total number of creature cards in your graveyard. Draw a card for each creature that died under your control. Each creature sacrifices a creature of their choice. Each player sacrifices a creature. Undead Sprinter. I was just gonna say, hold up, that's from the Duskmourn. You may cast this card from your graveyard if a non-zombie creature card died this turn. If you do, this creature enters with a 1/1 counter on it. We're getting all sorts of things. Oh, hey, Cypher. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, double strike it. Whenever Cypher deals combat damage to a player, cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost, and then exile that spell. Elspeth. Again, I don't want other sets. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many tokens are created instead. Cool. Do you have any idea the number of people that I saw running this fucking card? When I was playing, just everyone was running a white deck with that stupid fucker in it. You're not a Final Fantasy card, so I don't care. Also not a Final Fantasy card, but you look cool, so I care. Skeletons you control get +1/+0 and a haste. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 black skeleton pirate creature token. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, you may pay a life. If you do, return this enchantment to your hand. Interesting. Stillness in Motion. Werewolf Bodyguard. Oh, Werefox Bodyguard, my apologies. When this creature enters, exile to one other target non-fox creature token. You're not a Final Fantasy card. Also not a Final Fantasy card. You're from fucking Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate once for each opponent who has more lands in hand than you. Ooh, not a Final Fantasy. Not a fucking Final Fantasy, though you look cool. When this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn. When you cast it, you may choose a new target for the copy. It's only a 3-drop. It's not too expensive. Not a Final Fantasy. Not a Final Fantasy. Not a Final Fantasy, and I already have you. God damn, what's the point of you? I am not okay. I came here for Final Fantasy cards. I thought these were going to be guaranteed mythics for Final Fantasy, and now the server crashed. Okay, good. So we're going to get fucking non-Final Fantasy cards. Like, you're not... You're just not... You're just not... You're just not... You're just not... You're from fucking Aether Drift. No one likes Aether Drift. Get out of here. I'm not a fan of Aether Drift. Although I imagine if I had a bunch of Aether Drift cards, those would go great with Sid, with the fucking crew, or not Sid, Balazar and Fran, because of the whole crew effect. I'm not getting any Final Fantasy cards out of these, and that makes me extra depressed. I'm not seeing a symbol for you. There you are. Create a 5/5 green elf and creature token, double power token for each creature you control. Damn, that's a hell of a fucking card. Outlaws, fucking not Final Fantasy, fucking Aether Drift again. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to one target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield. But you gotta crew 6 it. That's not bad. Damn. Well, now what do we do, chat? Do I buy more cards? Claim? Claim? Okay. I'm a little confused as to why it's taking so long. Alright, so ignore all these decks, because they're whatever. Why are we... Yo, what is going on with the Wi-Fi? Or their server? I don't know who to blame at this one. Well, no, actually, it can be the Wi-Fi, because if it was the Wi-Fi, my stream would be screaming at me. I have so many decks. Go away. Oh, these are the decks they have, right? Yeah, I thought so. I'm still pissed because I tried to make a Brawl deck. Oh, you need wild cards to create these? Gross. No. I don't want to use my wild cards on that shit. Alright, so now for the fun bit. We're going to go into our filters here. Final Fantasy. All cards. I was going to say, Final Fantasy is legal, if I'm recalling. Alright, so now we can see all Final Fantasy cards. Not just the ones I got, but all of them. Which is one of the reasons I really, really like Arena, is because you can sort this stuff. Also, I'm going to move my microphones just a scooch because I sat up, and that's going to change the angle, which is going to change the audio. So I have to do that accordingly. And I'll probably move them back, or I'll forget, because that's what I do. Okay, so anything that says new above it, we've all already read. We're looking for the grayed out cards. Or not. Again, I got so many black cards, it's ridiculous. Also, if you're gonna hear stupid shit happening outside, I live in a weird neighborhood where stupid shit happens outside. And I got a couple multicolors. Oh, yeah, I forgot we did get the Vivi card for free. A little annoyed I didn't get a single extra of him. Are you seriously? See, there we go. The cards I didn't get. I was wondering where the fuck they were. The grayed out ones are cards I haven't obtained. So, like, you know, the question becomes like, what else are we gonna do with this? You see, like, Cloud. I would have liked to have had goddamn Cloud. I didn't get a single fucking Cloud. 50 packs, no Cloud. When Cloud enters, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle as long as Cloud is equipped. If an ability triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Alright. We got Zack. He's not even a goddamn mythic, and I didn't get him. Enters, +1/+1 counter. Sacrifice Zack. Target creature you control gains indestructible. Put Zack's counters on that creature. Alright, that's cool. And then we get the Dragoon Lance. Again, equip goes to 4. Life Link, +1/+1 for each equipment you control. That's really good. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Aerith. When Aerith dies, put X 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of 1/1 counters that was on Aerith. I still want to buy more packs, I'm not gonna lie. Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them. Put them in your hand, put the rest in the bottom. There's just so many cards I didn't get that I wanted to get. Also, I can easily get these cards because I buy a lot of packs. So, like, I could potentially, I could get 35 mythics if I wanted them. Like, I could get Cloud 35 times for free, and just, this is mine now. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I should buy packs yet. White spells you cast cost 1 less. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life. How many rares do I have? 78, not bad. Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. As an additional cost, cast a spell, sacrifice a legendary creature, or pay 2. Counter target, activated ability. Okay, Knights of the Round. Oh, fuck me. Knights. Create a 2/2. Create a 2/2. Other creatures you control gain +2/+2 until end of turn. Put an indestructible counter on each of them. Alright. Still, it's a 7-drop. Everything in this fucking set is so expensive. At the beginning of At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipment you control to target creature you control. See, she counters all the crazy equip cost of all the dumb shit. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on each cleric you control. That's cool, especially because there's a thing you can equip to turn creatures into clerics. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact you control and is an artificer in addition to other types. Okay. Age, sleep. Does exactly what I think it does. Yup. Target creature just kind of stops existing. Ultros, that's the name of the fucking pervy octopus. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, tap target creature and opponent controls and stun counter it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 8 mana was spent. Whoa, what? Sorry. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 8 mana was spent, put 8 1/1 counters on Ultras. How many cards are... There's not even a lot of cards in this game that cost more than 8. That's some endgame shit. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets for the copies. This ability can't be copied and X can't be 0. Who the fuck is Go-Go? Final Fantasy VI? Okay. We got a cute little merchant here. I just want to see like all the named characters and what they do. Side quest card collection. I'm about it. Once the enchantment enters, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 at the beginning of end step. If 8 or more cards are in your graveyard, transform, and it creates a 4/4 flying card. That's pretty cool, actually. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as Lunar Whale attacked this turn, you may play the top card. Not bad. Summon Shiva. Tap target creature, stun counter it. Draw a card for each tapped creature your opponent controls. Makes sense. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, Prima Vista becomes an artifact creature. Oh. Until end of turn, though. Ooh. Edgar! I have no idea who the fuck you are. 6th, then. When Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact. The first time you flip one or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads and you win those flips. He just fucking cheats. My man just cheats. I don't like him. Return each creature that isn't a kraken, leviathan, merfolk, octopus, or serpent to its owner's hand. Damn. Until end of turn, whenever a kraken, leviathan, merfolk, octopus, or serpent attacks, draw a card. And it's ward 2. And it's a leviathan. God damn. Wait, I thought I had Ultimechia. I have the multicolored Ultimechia. You're the mono blue. When Ultimechia enters, tap all creatures and opponent controls. Whenever a creature you control deals damage to a player, draw a card. That's pretty good because you'll drop her, make your opponent have to fucking put all their crap, tap it out, and then you can just swing at their face. And there's not much they could do, usually. At the beginning of your end step, exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Wait. Exile target creature card you control, then return to the battlefield under its... Then if it's the first end step of your turn, there is an additional end step after this one. Interesting. Again, neighborhood kids being fucking wild. The fact that I can hear them through my headphones and the music. All I'm saying is if I were that loud at that age, I'd have gotten... Something would have been swung at me. But that's why I don't like kids, because I'm jealous that they get away with shit I never could. Target opponent mills half their library rounded down. Ouch. How much is that? That's a 6-drop, too. Defender Menace. As long as this creature has a counter on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. And then for 6, put 2 counters. Put 2 1/1s. Making a 5/5 that just has Menace. Goddamn. Reno and Rude. Whenever Reno and Rude deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. Then you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play the exiled card, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. So I have to sack. They have to deal combat damage to a player, and I have to sack something, and I still have to pay for it? Ew. Yeah, see, like, these alt arts look beautiful. I love how this alt art's for, like, everything. This is a Final Fantasy card? Oh. Did not actually know that. Vincent Limit Break! See, I saw something else about this card saying it's worded very poorly. Until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its control and has the chosen base power and toughness of 1, 2, or 3. Now, what they were saying was that it sounds like when it returns to the battlefield, it has that power and toughness. That is incorrect. If you were to pay the 2 to cast it and then another 3, its power and toughness becomes 7/2, and then if it dies, it comes back. But it comes back at whatever its base power and toughness are. Ooh, Dark Knight Greysword. The equip is pay 3 life. That's pretty cool, actually. Fang. Hey, there the fuck she is. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, you may draw a card and lose a life. This ability triggers only once each turn. Hey, Kane. During your turn, Kane has flying. Whenever Kane deals combat wait, what? Okay, so she doesn't have the meld ability. Vanel does. So she by herself is just what she does. Okay. During your turn, Kane has flying. When Kane deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards, create that many tapped treasure tokens, then lose that much life. That sounds like such a weird backwards way. When it does combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, you draw that many cards. Wow, that's so weird. Ninja Blades! Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. That's pretty fucking good. And it's got an alt art. Everything has an alt art in this set. It's insane. And then for the actual Final Fantasy characters, they have like alt arts. Like Fang over here. Looking cool as fuck. She's my favorite character from 13. Then again, not much to like in 13. 13 sucked. In my opinion. Didn't even play 13.2 or 13.3 because I was like, no. 13 was annoying. When this creature enters tapped, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay 1. If you do, return this card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. But you have to cast a non-creature spell to do it. Sacrifice another artifact or creature, put a 1/1 counter on this vehicle. It becomes a what? Oh yeah, the train. Sacrifice another artifact or creature. Put a 1/1 counter on this vehicle. It becomes a spirit in addition to its other types until end of turn. Oh, okay. It still is annoying because it's only until end of turn. Wait. Okay, Darkness Crystal. Black spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and gain life. Put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped under your control with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. That's pretty fucking sick. Now the question becomes, can I obtain this one? Cannot be purchased. Didn't think so. I have to get it in a draw. I could get the base card. I could just say fuck you, I want 4 of them. But I can't get the alternate arts unless I actually obtain them myself. Okay. Destroy target creature and opponent controls, then draw a card for each creature that died this turn. Damn. For 5 drops out. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional 1/1 counters on it. Seymour! You fuck. I don't like Seymour. He was always an asshole. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay a life. If you do, draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on Seymour. That's not bad though. Side quest, Hunt a Mark. When this enchantment enters, destroy up to 1 target creature. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under an opponent's control this turn, create a treasure token. Then, if you control 3 or more treasures, transform this enchantment. Sacrifice. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Sacrifice another creature or artifact. Ease Mat gains indestructible until end of turn. Yo, combine that with the rats. Yo, Arden. Yeah, my man's got fucking 3 alt arts. That makes sense. He was a hell of a charismatic villain. Like, the fact that he was just all dapper and fucking regal and cordial and shit like that. Like, he was just a cool dude. And then he was just like, by the way, I'm gonna, like, destroy literally the world. And he does. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Damn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from a graveyard. If you exile the card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon. And also, all demons have crazy shit to them. Alright. Midgar, City of Mako. You may sacrifice an artifact or creature. If you do, draw 2 cards. Fire Magic! See, again, you'd have to pay 6 mana to deal 3 damage to each creature. That's a board wipe right there. Still, though, one mana to deal 1 damage to all creatures? Like, again, if they've got a shitload of tokens, guess what? Bip. Unless they have buffs, because a lot of token decks usually have, like, all tokens gain 1/1. Exile the top 2 cards to your library. You may play those cards until your next end step. I'm not a fan of that effect. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. That's good. Raubon! Pay life equal to Raubon's power. Whenever Raubon attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. Nice. Summon Brynhildr. Exile the top card of your library. During any turn you put a lore counter on the saga, you may play that card. Wait, what? When you next cast a creature spell this turn, it gains haste until end of turn. It's a 2-drop for 2, exile, and then you have to play that card. So then you just, on the next turn. So that's a very weird way of saying target creature gains haste next turn. That just looks weird to me. Hey, Furion. Equipped creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment ability costs 2 less to activate. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of next upkeep. Damn. You would be perfect for an equipment deck. Whenever lightning deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card as long as you control lightning. Queen Braun, you bitch. Human Noble. I'm sorry. That's a human? I'm sorry. No, I'm not trying to craft. I'm trying to zoom. Ew. No. I just want to zoom. You're telling me that is a human? I'm sorry. I disagree. I call bullshit. I call bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Just saying. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. See, I kind of want to do the wizard creature tokens and then just like play one shock and deal like 20 damage to you. Because so many cards let you get out little wizard tokens. Whenever one or more scouts, pirates, and or rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it. If you don't, create a treasure token. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a 1/1 counter on each scout, pirate, and rogue. Damn. My man's got some fucking mad abilities. Judgment Bolt. 5 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller. X is the number of equipment you control. Damn, there's so many good equipment cards in this set. I want to make a white-red equipment deck, but I don't own most of these cards. Return target instant accessory card from your graveyard or exiled card with flashback you own to your hand. Oh yeah, what's the fire crystal do? Creatures you control have haste. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Sacrifice it at the beginning. Still though, again, if you do red-green, you could create a token of Jumbo Cactuar. This creature enters destroy target land. Its controller may search the library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Okay. We got Clive. You may discard your hand, then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. That's not bad at all. Exile Clive, return it for 6. Ifrit fights up to 1 other target creatures. That makes sense. Add 4 mana. If Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it, exile it, and then return it to the battlefield. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, you may play that card you own, exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with less of mana value than it without paying its mana cost. Oh, wait. Also, there's like 9,000 alt arts in this set. That's insane. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, you may play the card you own exiled this way and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value. Damn, for 6. And that's a field enchantment, so that stays. Yeah! Oh, sorry. Oh. Don't know where that yawn came from. I don't know why I'm tired. Like, I feel like I'm tired, but I shouldn't be tired. But anyway. Whenever land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Yeah, size this chocobo is adorable. Tifa limit break, somersault. Target creature gets +2/+2. Double target creature's power and toughness. Triple target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Damn, though, it's 8-drop. Esper Origin. Surveil 2. Gain 2 life. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, exile, put it onto the battlefield transformed. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, put it in your hand. Add 2 green. Other creatures you control gain +2/+2 and gain trample. Not bad. Ride the shoe puff. You ride the shoe puff. When a land enters control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. This enchantment becomes a 7/7 beast creature in addition to other types. Is there... No. Oh, okay. What else we got? Oh man, side quest. Raise a chocobo. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token, blah blah blah. At the beginning of main phase, if you control 4 or more birds, transform. Whenever this permanent transforms into black chocobo, search your library for a land, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, birds you control get +1/+0. Damn. All birds. Hey Tifa, there you are. What the hell is playing right now? Whatever, I'll vibe. When a land enters, double Tifa's power. Oh, until end of turn though. I mean, why until end of turn? Because like, We have a Hydra where it's double the number of 1/1 encounters every time you play a land. Like, whenever you cast your first human creature spell, each turn that creature enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control. And also, it's a mana drop. Yo! Torgal, the best pup. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability or a permanent you control, that ability triggers an additional time. Hold the fuck up. You're telling me I got Chocobo. Landfall triggers twice? Triple Tifa's power for every land? Like, what? Especially if you have Zell? Make a red-green deck with Zell from before that lets you play 2 lands and you have to bounce a land at end of turn. You bounce that land back to your hand, next turn, bam, triggers 3 times. And you can play 2, so it'll trigger 6 times. That's a little ridiculous. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands and or town cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. See what I mean? And now that enters with 2 lands, which means landfall will trigger 4 times. That sounds wild. Equipped creature is a shaman. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If this creature is an enchantment... Wait, what? Well, pause. What? Equipped creature is a shaman. Whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. From your hand onto the battlefield. You play a card for free. That's insane to me. That's insane. Oh, Earth Crystal, what do you do? If one or more 1/1 counters will be put, twice that number of 1/1 counters. Dude, can you imagine that with Tifa's ability? Oh. Double her power. Give her a 1/1 counter. No. We give her 2 1/1 counters. And then with Chocobo, we give her 4 1/1 counters. Holy crap. This 2 1/1 counters among 1 or 2 permanents you control. Chocobo Racetrack. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 green creature token. Oh man, you so many birds. It's all the birds. Mill 5 cards. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Oh shit. Until end of turn, another creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X for X the number of lands you control. That makes sense. And he's a 7/7. Damn. Other permanents you control have add 1/1 of any color. Cool. See, now is where the colors are going to get insane. The multicolored permanents are where their abilities get ridiculous. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards, where X is the total amount of life you gained this turn. See what I mean? A white-blue run a shitload of lifelink. Oh, hey, I gained 4 life, which means you now mill 4 cards. I'm just going to make you mill cards because I gain life. You have protection from each of your opponents. Just each of your opponents. You cannot be dealt damage, enchanted, or targeted by anything controlled by your opponent. You can still get hit by monsters, but like they can't hit you with shock or nothing. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Judge. Whenever Rufus attacks, if you don't control a creature named Darkstar, create Darkstar. 2/2 white and black dog creature token. Not bad. Golbez. Whenever an artifact you control enters, surveil 1. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power. Damn. Emmett Silk. Whenever Emmett Silk enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, transform. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Damn. You are a character from 6. Okay. Whenever Lock Cold deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. Zonde. Gets 1/1 for each non-creature, non-land card in your graveyard. Huh, interesting. And there's Sephiroth again. When Sephiroth enters, creatures your opponent controls gain -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Sephiroth. Sephiroth! Shoutouts to Sephiroth fucking music. I'm playing open source lo-fi, so hopefully I don't get copyright strikes. So hopefully this is okay to go up on YouTube. We're hoping. We'll see though. Sephiroth enters, creatures your opponent controls get -2/-2. Whenever a creature your opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on Sephiroth. Wow. Oh yeah, the Emperor. I forgot about him. Add blue or red. Spend this mana only to cast non-creature spells. Makes sense. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a 1/1 counter on the Emperor. Then if it has 3 or more 1/1 counters, transform. Whenever the Lord of Hell attacks, it deals X damage, where X is the number of non-creature downland cards in your graveyard. Oh, damn. That's not bad. Tella. I don't know who you are. Final Fantasy 4, apparently. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. If 4 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice Tella. It deals that much damage to each opponent. Wait. 8 or more. Okay, so he deals that much mana damage. Black Waltz number 3! I remember your ass. You're from 9. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz 3 deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. At the beginning of your end step, create a tapped Black Wizard token. Oh, Kuja. I don't know why I didn't fucking put 2 and 2 together on that. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if you control 4 more wizards, transform Kuja. If a wizard you control would deal damage, it deals double that damage instead. So you remember that wizard deck I mentioned where I like crushed the shit out of you? I kind of want to run one. We're clearly with Kuja as the fucking head. Because, like, what? Not to mention, at the beginning of your end step, create a creature token. So it's like, I'm just going to create a token every turn. When X-Death enters, you gain 3 life. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform X-Death. X-Death's power is equal to the number of permanents in your graveyard. Okay. Okay, Cloud of fucking Darkness. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature and opponent controls gets -X, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Terra Magical Adept. I think this is the card that said is broken. When Terra enters, mill 5 cards. Put up to 1 enchantment card milled this way into your hand. Then return to the... Okay, this is not the broken one. Create a token that's a copy of target non-legendary enchantment you control. It gains haste. If it's a saga, put it... If it's a saga, put up to 3 lower counters. I don't know, sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Add 10 mana, exile Esper, and return to the battlefield. Wow. That's wild to me. Cost 6 though. Gladiolus with his giant fucking comically large sword. They did it with Cloud. It looked gaudy as all hell. He looked stupid as fuck. And then they did it again, and I don't know why. When Gladiolus enters, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Whenever land you control enters, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and trample. Not bad though. Whenever Giat or another dwarf you control enters, or whenever an equipment you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw. Whenever lightning deals combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source would deal damage, it deals double damage. So what you're saying is, but the problem is lightning has to deal damage to your opponent. And then you can cast Shock to do 4. During your turn, as long as Cloud is equipped, this double strike and indestructible. Equip abilities you activate that target Cloud costs 2 less. See, again, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. Like, again, red-white equipment. Because, like, I would love to be able to do that and make all those ridiculously expensive cards cheaper. Oh, Zidane is red-white. When Zidane enters, each Gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it. It gains lifelink and haste. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent from you, you create a treasure token. Interesting. How often does that happen though? Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lower counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a 1/1 counter on Garnet for each lower counter removed this way. That's actually a really good combo. Hey Sarah. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 2 or more legendary creatures, transform. The first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Legendary creatures you control get 2/2. That's just good. When she enters, create Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white creature token. Whenever Renoa attacks, another target creature you control gets 1/1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Again, makes sense being in a white deck. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. Kefka! What's going on, my man? When Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card, then you draw a card for each type among cards discarded this way. Each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Transform Kefka. Whenever an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. Oh. Choco! Whenever 1 or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. Oh. You may put 1 of them into your hand, then put any number of land cards onto the battlefield, and the rest into the graveyard. Whenever a land you control enters, Choco gains +1/+0. Elixir. This artifact enters tapped. Exile this artifact. Shuffle all non-land cards from graveyard into library. You gain life equal to the number of cards shuffled this way. Not bad. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur. Equipped creature gains +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur. Busted Sword. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value. Wait, what? Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying for it. Oh, shit. And they get +3/+2. When this equipment enters, it deals 2 damage to any target. When this equipment enters, you may attach it to a target creature you control. If you do, that creature gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked this turn if able. Equipped creatures gain +2/+1. When it attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of the library. Hey, what's up? Genji. Equipped creature has double strike. Whenever equipped creature attacks, if it is the first combat phase, untap it. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. I kind of really want Genji Glove, not gonna lie. I feel like Genji Glove's a little bit broken if you equip it on something that has Menace or Cloud. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target an opponent. Oh. Wait. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Equipped creature gains +7/+7. Holy fuck. Chill. Summon Bahamut. As the saga enters, and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Draw 2 cards. This creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. Oh, wow. That's pretty fucking wild. It's a 9-drop though, so it's expensive. Mill 2 cards. Then you may sacrifice this land. When you do, return another permanent you control from your graveyard to your hand. A 5-drop to mill 2 and get a card from your graveyard to your hand? That's ridiculously expensive. If it was graveyard to the battlefield, whole nother story. This land is tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. I don't want to pay mana or pay life for mana. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, create a treasure token. Sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Alright, so that's all the cards, at least that I can see. I will admit, I'm a little upset because there was a Terra card that I think was white and blue. And the whole point of that card was that you can remove lore counters. And so I was thinking, like, you know, you can basically have this guy on the field and then trigger back down to 1. And be like, I'm going to mill 5, then I'm going to play a bunch of lands to trigger all my landfall abilities. That's why I was like, what? Did I glaze over it? Target you control, remove, like for instance, Clash of the Icons here. Oh wait. Yeah, no, I think that card might not be in digital. Yeah, I feel like that card may not be in the in Arena. I don't remember what the name of the card was. I'm like 90% certain it had Terra on it, and it was like white-green or white-blue. But the ability of the card was that she can remove lore counters from enchantments at will. Like at your upkeep, just you can change the number of enchantment lore counters on something. And then because you can change the number of lore counters, you could just fuck something up. All right, so we're gonna get dumb, and we're just dropping all the black. Why are there's an alt art for every single one of these cards? This is ridiculous to me. We're just dropping all black. We're making a mono black deck. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We have a lot of cool cards here, though. I'm absolutely going to make a black deck. So for starters, Sephiroth is in, absolutely. Where's Jacked is in, absolutely. The Trader, I'm not too big on. Killing creatures, hell yeah. Create two black horror creature tokens if the spell was cast from the graveyard. X number of creature cards in the graveyard. We're gonna add those. I want to create a green-black deck. And honestly, the only green I'm gonna add is I want a billion fucking counters. Or I want a billion landfall things. Green is just gonna be land gain. It's like, do I want to push for Ragnarok? Do I want to push for Ragnarok? We're doing green-black. I've already decided this. I kind of want to make a Clash deck with Finn as the leader. Where's that other card I had that was really good? Let's do this. We're not running. Oh, we gotta add the Jumbo Cactar. He's in. Absolutely, he's in. Diamond weapon, because apparently it just can't be killed. I think I'm going too wide with my reach here. With what I want to see this deck do. I gotta be very careful because I'm already at 42, and I definitely don't have enough to do what I want to do. I kind of want to buy one of her. Yeah, I got 179. Fuck it, we'll craft one. Bip. Now I have a Fang. I just own Fang. See, now I have a Fang, which means now we can add Vanille. Wherever the fuck she's at. Because I know we have her. Where the fuck? What? Vanille was green, right? I'm not insane? Am I blind? She's green. Yep, I'm not insane. I don't know why. Whatever. Point is, So now we're going to have to go, I think, outside of Final Fantasy set. Huh. See, that's cool, but that's not a guaranteed land. I'm trying to find stuff that can help me get lands. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. See, those, hell yes. Mill 4 cards, and then put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town that way, yeah, but I have to mill. I don't want to mill. Well, it's green-black, actually, so that's not too bad. Search your library for a basic land card or town, put it onto the battlefield tapped, shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. There's 4 more lands, baby! As long as you control 7 or more lands, this card gets +2/+2. What did you do? Land enters, create a bird. That'll be great if I make up the bird deck. Search your library for up to 2 basic land and or town cards from different names. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Oh, pardon. Dude, I have no early game plays. I have, like, no early game plays. The average mana cost of the deck is 4.4. God, that's expensive. Oh, that's so expensive. Should definitely be trying to do something lower. 32. I don't need that. I don't need that. I need land grab. I need lots of land grab. Because as we have just discussed, the land cost in this deck is insane. I kind of want to go outside of the Final Fantasy set, but I kind of don't at the same time, you know? You know what? We need 2 more cards. We'll get Commune with Beavers, and hopefully that'll get us more lands. And then we have towns. Oh yeah, that's right. Where was that town that gives me, like, any mana? Because I want that motherfucker, like, badly. Oh wait, I probably have to do this. What is this? I don't know what this means. I honestly don't know what that symbol means. Whatever, we'll find it. Not you, because you're kind of meh. And like that gain 2 life is cool, but it's a colorless, so meh again. Crossroads Village. You're the one I wanted. Absolutely wanted. Absolutely wanted. You know what? Fuck it. Give me a 4th. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. Craft them. Just craft them. Point is that it helps to guarantee, oh shit, I really need black mana, and I have 4 forests. And be like, unable to redeem wild card. Bitch! I will end you. Uh-oh. Really? As I'm building a deck, you just disconnect? See, the part that concerns me is my stream appears to be fine. No, you reconnect. In order to help identify the root issue, we'll be putting the game into maintenance mode. All players will be disconnected and MTG Arena will be unavailable at this time. No. Literally, that's today. I was gonna play with this deck, and now I just can't? You just disconnected me? I've been streaming for like an hour. I've been streaming for 2 hours. Man. I was gonna say, if it was my Wi-Fi, I would be losing frames. My stream would be crashing. They're down for maintenance. God damn it, man. I wanted to play with that new deck. Oh, that would have been so much fun. And then I also wanted to make a green-red deck so I could blow up a Cactar on somebody. Because I want that to happen. I'm so mad. Oh. Why? Why is your shit disconnected? Why are you so bad? I'm depressed. On the bright side, my wife just came home, so I'm going to go hug her and cry. You all have a wonderful day. I got to open the packs. I might do another stream where I actually play the game. That'll be fun. But the game won't let me play it. It literally won't let me play it. So, bye, folks. Hope you enjoyed. I will be doing more Magic the Gathering streams in the future, because damn it, I said I was going to fucking hit somebody with a goddamn Jumbo Cactar, and I meant it. We're going to hit somebody with a Cactar. Just not in this episode, because, again, their servers died. Literally in real time. You watched it happen. I am upset. So, see you later, folks.